NBA basketball is dynamic. Like every other sport, players come and players go. Most of them will not be remembered as the best, or as Hall of Famers, or at all. Kind of absurd considering that so few reach the level to begin with. In this series of videos, I'm going to highlight players who did tremendous things, had great achievements, were excellent at what they did, but not the best. They will probably never reach glory and recognition and will eventually be forgotten. This is NBA Flashback Spotlight. Antoine Walker had a peculiar course for his career. Even though he was a dominant player for the major part of his career, he got traded an awful lot of times. Let's begin chronologically. After winning the NCAA championship in 1996 with Kentucky, Walker was drafted with the 6th pick by the Boston Celtics. This draft was packed with talent. And to name just a few players from it, we have Allen Iverson, Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant, Peja Stojakovic, and Steve Nash. And with all of these players and even more, you would think it would be hard for him to shine, and you would be wrong. Walker was picked to the All-NBA First Rookie Team after putting impressive numbers of 7.5 points per game and 9 rebounds per game, leading his team in both categories. But, to be fair, he had no competition. The Celtics squad that year was miserable. The next best players were Dino Raja and Rick Fox. The result was the team finishing last in the Eastern Conference with only 15 wins and 67 losses, the worst year in franchise history. The next season looked a lot better for both Walker and the Celtics. The team finished the season with 36 Ws, an improvement of over 20, and Walker led again in points and rebounds, scoring 22.4 points per game and getting 10.2 rebounds per game. This was his only season in his career that he averaged a double-double, and he was rewarded by being selected to the All-Star game as a reserve. He also scored a career high of 49 points in that season. In the 98-99 season, Paul Pierce joined the team through the draft, and he and Walker would become a dynamic duo for the next years to come. That season, Walker again led the team in scoring with 18.7 points per game and rebounds, 8.5 rebounds per game. Very little changed during the next season. Walker again led the Celtics in points, 20.5 points per game, and 8 rebounds per game. The 2000-2001 season is very similar to the last few, the main difference being Paul Pierce maturing to be the star of the Celtics, and Walker becoming his number 2. After leading the Celtics for 4 years in a row in scoring, Walker fell to the 2nd place in his 5th year, behind Paul Pierce of course. But that was also his record season for points per game with 23.4. And Walker still led the Celtics in 2 other categories, when he got 7 rebounds per game and passed 5.5 assists per game. The 2001-2002 was another great season for Walker. He scored 22.1 points per game, 2nd in the team, and 7 boards per game, 1st on the team, and 5 assists per game, 2nd in the team. He appeared again in the All-Star game, and together with Pierce, they led the Celtics to the playoffs for the first time in 7 years. Not only that, they got to the 3rd place in the East, and even got to the Eastern Finals, where they lost to the New Jersey Nets. Walker scored 22.1 points per game in the playoffs. The next season, he scored 20.1 points per game. The Celtics got to the Eastern semifinals and were swept by the Nets. This season, Walker appeared in the All-Star game again for the 3rd and last time. Just before 2003-2004 season started, Walker was traded to the Dallas Mavericks. In Dallas, Walker's role was smaller, as there were high-caliber players like Antoine, Jameson, and Dirk Nowitzki in his position. He scored 14 points per game, his lowest until that point in his career. He reached the playoffs with the Mavericks, but they didn't get past the 1st round. At the end of that season, Walker was traded again, this time to the Atlanta Hawks. He played 53 games for them, and he had pretty successful stints, scoring 20.4 points per game with 7 rebounds per game, leading the team in both categories. And then he was traded back to the Celtics and was quick enough to play 24 games for them, scoring 16.3 points per game and getting 8.3 rebounds per game, again leading the team. Celtics made the playoffs and were defeated in the first round. Walker scored 16.7 points per game. No rest for Antoine though. On February of 2005, he was involved in a 5-team, 13-player trade that sent him to the Miami Heat. In Miami, he had to again adjust to a new role, as he mostly came off the bench and rotated between the forward positions. He did get used to it and became the main scorer from the bench. He finished the season with 12.2 points per game. The Heat went all the way to the NBA championship, and Walker contributed with 13.3 points per game as he started in all the Heat's games in the playoffs. During the next season, Walker's contribution dipped, as he scored only 8.5 points per game. The Heat were eliminated in the first round of the playoffs that season. Before the 2007-2008 season, Walker was traded again, this time to the Minnesota Timberwolves. He only played 46 games that year and scored 8 points per game, his lowest in his entire career. He was traded at the end of that season again to the Memphis Grizzlies. He did not play for them in a single regular season game and was waived in December of 2008. Walker would play in the Puerto Rican and the D-League, but that was the end of his NBA career. So to recap, we have an NCAA winner who was in the All-NBA first rookie team, a 3-time All-Star who led his team for most of his career scoring in rebounds and even sometimes in assists, an NBA champion, and he was traded a grand total of 6 times while he only played for 5 teams. Say what you will about his career, but I think it was pretty damn good, and not many will achieve what he did. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please click on the like button. If you have anything to add or say, you are welcome to in the comment section down below. If you like these kind of videos, you can click the annotation on the video. It will lead you to a playlist of more video like this one. And please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks again for watching, and see you in my next video.